Imagine gliding down a quiet road, the deep rumble of a vintage engine echoing beneath the hood. Every passerby turning their head as you roll by in a machine so rare it feels like you've stepped into a time machine. These aren't just cars, they're forgotten jewels of American history, living proof of bold vision, fearless innovation, and craftsmanship that still feels timeless. From elegant luxury cruisers to raw, muscle-bound beasts, each one whispers stories of ambition, artistry, and the era it was born into. So buckle up, we're diving into the 20 rarest American classics you've probably never laid eyes on, peeling back their secrets and honoring the legacies they left behind. Whether you're a gearhead or a lover of history, this journey will leave you with a deeper awe for America's golden age of automobiles. 1929 Duesenberg Model J. From 1928 to 1937, Indiana built just 481 of these mechanical masterpieces, including 36 supercharged SJ variants, each one a bespoke creation. Beneath the hood, its 7.0-liter DOHC straight 8 engine roared with 265 horsepower, enough to hit 60 mph in just 8.5 seconds and reach 119 mph, numbers unheard of in its time. Draped in custom coachwork by Murphy or LeBaron, it carried hand-stitched leather, burled walnut, a chrome lyre-shaped grille, and massive wire wheels that announced power and prestige. This was America's answer to Rolls-Royce. Tycoons like William Randolph Hearst and Hollywood idols like Clark Gable claimed ownership, cementing its legend. Yet the Great Depression crushed demand, making survivors painfully scarce. Today, restoring one means chasing down nearly extinct Lycoming parts and recreating bodywork by hand, often costing millions. That rarity fuels sky-high values. A 1931 SJ fetched $22 in 2018, still a record for American cars. Out of the original 481, around 378 survive, with values between $10 million and $25 million, and the SJ is forever standing as America's boldest automotive dream. 1927 LaSalle LEL. When GM introduced LaSalle in 1927 as Cadillac's younger sibling, it wasn't just another car, it was style made into steel. With roughly 10,000 built in its debut year, the rare convertibles and coupes stood apart. Its 303 cubic inch V8 produced up to 80 horsepower, enough for 70 Minuten weight. But its real beauty was in design. Styled by Harley Earl, inspired by Hispano Suiza, it introduced sleek grills, flowing fenders, and chrome accents that set the stage for modern car styling. It was a socialite's ride, a film star's favorite, though at $3,000, it sat out of reach for most. Restoring one today means wrestling with complex chrome work and rare hydraulic systems, but the payoff is stunning. A 1927 convertible coupe sold for $145,000 in 2024. Of the original production, maybe 1,000 survive, with values of $50,000 and $150,000, cherished as the model that changed how cars could look. 1929 Cord L29. The Cord L29 wasn't just a car, it was a pioneer. The first American front-wheel drive production car. Built between 1929 and 1932, only 4,429 were made, in styles ranging from sedans to elegant cabriolets. Powered by a 298 cubic inch Lycoming straight 8 with 125 horsepower, it managed 80 Minuten. But what stole hearts was the design. Low, sleek, and dressed in Art Deco details, it debuted to stun crowds at the 1929 New York Auto Show, and later became a symbol of jazz-age glamour, even appearing in the Great Gatsby films. At $6,000 during the Depression, few could buy it, and mechanical complexity like failing CV joints doomed it commercially. Today, restoring one can cost $500,000, especially given its unique drivetrain. Yet collectors still chase it. One sold for $290,000 in 2023. Around 1,500 remain, valued at $100,000, $300,000, prized as both art and innovation, frozen in time. Man. 1928 Ford Model A. After the legendary Model T, Ford had to reinvent itself. And in 1928, the Model A did just that. With 4.8 million built between 1928 and 1931, most aren't rare. But the Phaetons and Roadsters, under 50,000 in total, are true gems. Its 201 cubic inch four-cylinder engine made up to 50 horsepower. Enough for 65 mph, while its chrome details, exposed wheels, and optional rumble seats gave it charm beyond utility. The Model A even showed up in early Hollywood, cementing its cultural weight. Affordable in its day at $500, $1,400, the rare trims now command steep prices. A 1928 Phaeton sold for $105,000 in 2024. While restoration is easier thanks to plentiful parts, rare body panels for the Phaeton or Roadster are priceless. Today, maybe 100,000 survive, mostly sedans with values of $30,000 to $100,000, but the open-air versions remain prized as icons of freedom and nostalgia. 1931 Auburn Speedster. Few cars capture 1930s glamour like the Auburn Speedster. Produced from 1928 to 1936, fewer than 1,000 were ever built, with its 1931 boat tail model defining the era. Powered by a Lycoming straight 8, it reached 100 mm, while its swooping boat tail rear, side pipes, and rakish stance made it look fast, even when parked. Hollywood adored it. Errol Flynn drove one, and its silhouette graced Gatsby-era adaptations. But Auburn's bankruptcy in 1937 sealed its rarity, and restoring one today often costs $750,000 due to delicate frames and bespoke bodywork. Collectors covet them. Supercharged models hit 1.1 million in 2024. Of the originals, only about 200 survive, valued at $500,000 one rhyme, a dazzling symbol of speed and style from a vanished age. 1934 Packard 12 Sport Coupe by LeBaron. The Packard 12 Sport Coupe wasn't just luxury, it was elegance personified. With fewer than 500 built, this Detroit-crafted masterpiece carried a massive 445 cubic inch V12 delivering 160 horsepower and speeds up to 100 mph. Its fastback roofline, chrome trim, and hand-stitched interiors oozed refinement, catching the eye of icons like Howard Hughes. At $7,000 in 1934, it was reserved for the elite, but Packard's shift toward mass production meant few survived. Restoring one today costs over $1 million, especially with the LeBaron coachwork and complex V12. In 2024, a sport coupe sold for $950,000, proof of its lasting prestige. Only about 200 remain, valued between $400,000 and $1 million, each a gleaming reminder of the height of American luxury. 1936 Graham Supercharger, built from 1934 to 1936 by Graham Page in Detroit. The 1936 Graham Supercharger saw limited production, powered by a supercharged straight 8 engine producing 112 horsepower. Paired with a 3-speed manual, hitting 0 to 60 in mph in 14.5 seconds and a top speed of 90 mph. Its streamlined body, supercharger, badge, chrome trim, and swept-back grille, featured in 1936 auto shows, were bold but unpopular, contributing to Graham Page's collapse. Priced at $1,500, its commercial failure and complex supercharger repairs, requiring custom parts, drive rarity, with restoration costs reaching $200,000. A 1936 model sold for $140,000 at Mecum auctions in 2023. The Classic Car Club of America estimates 300 units survive. valued at $50,000 or $150,000, with supercharged models prized for their unique design and historical obscurity. 1940 Buick Series 60th Century Phaeton. With just 194 built in 1940, the Buick Century Phaeton was luxury on wheels, crafted in Flint, Michigan. Under its sweeping hood, a 320 cubic inch inline 8 delivered 141 horsepower, good for 0-60 in 14 seconds, and a top speed of 90 mph. Its open-top design, flowing chrome trim, hand-stitched leather, and dual side-mount spares turned it into a Hollywood parade favorite, driven by stars like Gary Cooper. At $2,000, it was aimed at the elite, but Buick's shift towards sedans sealed its scarcity. Restoring one today is daunting. Rare body panels and engine parts can push costs near $300,000. A 1940 Phaeton brought $230,000 at auction in 2024. Of the 194 produced, maybe 50 survived, valued at $100,000 to $250,000, remembered as the Buick that blended open-air freedom with quiet prestige. 1953 Studebaker Starliner Coupe. Born in South Bend, Indiana, the Starliner Coupe was Studebaker's design crown jewel. Fewer than 5,000 were made, powered by a 233 cubic inch V8 producing 120 horsepower, enough for 100 mph. Raymond Loewy's futuristic styling, low-slung body, sweeping curves, and bold chrome captivated crowds at auto shows in 1953, marking Studebaker's finest moment. At $2,500, it wasn't cheap, and with the company's looming financial struggles, production stayed limited. Restorations now cost upward $150,000 thanks to scarce parts, but the payoff is striking. One sold for $115,000 in 2023, and the Studebaker Drivers Club estimates only 1,000 remain. Today, they're valued at $40,000, $120,000, celebrated as rolling proof of Loewy's genius. 1946 Chrysler Town and Country. When Chrysler rolled out the Town and Country after WD, it turned heads instantly. Produced from 1946 to 1948, only about 2,000 were built. Its 5.3-liter inline 8 with 135 horsepower paired with Chrysler's fluid drive transmission delivered smooth performance, while the real magic was its wood-accented body, an elegant blend of steel and handcrafted timber. Stars like Bing Crosby adored it, and at $3,000, it embodied post-war luxury. But the complexity of its wood frame makes restoring one a true labor of love, often topping $250,000. In 2024, a convertible sold for $190,000 and only about 600 survive today, valued between $80,000 and $200,000. Few cars better capture America's return to glamour after the war. 11. 1949 Cadillac Series 62 Coupe de Ville. In 1949, Cadillac made history with just 2,050 Coupe de Villes built in Detroit. Beneath the hood sat a 331 cubic inch overhead valve V8, Cadillac's first, producing 160 horsepower and pushing 0-60 in 12 seconds. Its hardtop design with no B-pillars, sleek chrome, and plush leather interior was groundbreaking, making it a Hollywood darling. Jackie Gleason owned one. Priced at $30,500, it became a symbol of modern luxury. Restoring its complex first-generation V8 can cost $200,000, but collectors know the payoff. One sold for $140,000 in 2024. The Cadillac LaSalle Club estimates around 800 remain, valued at $60,000, $150,000, treasured as a turning point in American luxury engineering. The 1941 Cadillac Convertible Coupe. Fewer than 3,000 were made before W halted production, making the 1941 Cadillac Convertible a rare pre-war treasure. Its 346 cubic inch V8 produced 150 horsepower, good for 95mm weights, paired with a 3-speed manual. Styled with Cadillac's bold new grille, chrome trim, and soft-top elegance, it became a Hollywood icon, owned by stars like Rita Hayworth. At $2,000, it was costly, but its charm was undeniable. Restoring one today often runs $250,000 due to complex bodywork and scarce parts. A pristine example sold for $175,000 in 2024, with only about 800 surviving. Valued at $70,000 to $180,000, it stands as a lasting symbol of Cadillac's pre-war grace. The 1950 Nash Rambler convertible coupe compact, quirky and ahead of its time. The Nash Rambler convertible coupe rolled out of Kenosha, Wisconsin between 1950 and 1953 with fewer than 5,000 built. Powered by a modest 173 cubic inch inline-six with 82 horsepower, it wasn't fast, 0-60 in 20 seconds. But its retractable power top, two-tone paint, and chrome accents made it stand out. At $1,800, it aimed to blend European flair with American practicality. Today, restoring one costs about $100,000, with parts scarce, but collectors love its charm. A 1950 model brought $75,000 in 2024. The Nash Car Club says around 1,000 survived, valued between $30,000 and $80,000, cherished as one of America's most playful post-war convertibles. 1934 Pierce Arrow 12, convertible coupe from Buffalo, New York, came one of the finest pre-war luxury cars. The 1934 Pierce Arrow 12 convertible coupe. Fewer than 1,000 were built. Powered by a massive 462 cubic inch V12 delivering 175 horsepower and capable of 110 mm range. With Stromberg carburation, chrome details, and a stately grille, it was a true status symbol featured in 1930s luxury ads. But bankruptcy struck Pierce Arrow in 1938, sealing its fate. Today, restoring its complex V12 can exceed $500,000, but its rarity drives demand. A 1934 sold for $780,000 in 2023. The Pierce Arrow Society believes only about 100 survived. Valued at $300,000, $800,000, still admired for their imposing elegance and engineering might. 1948 Tucker 48. Few stories in automotive history are as dramatic as a Tucker 48. Built in Chicago by Preston Tucker, only 50 were made plus one. Prototype before scandal stopped production, making it one of the rarest cars in America. Its 334 cubic inch flat six, sourced from a helicopter engine, delivered 166 horsepower, enough for 0-60 in 10 seconds and 120 mph. But it was the innovation that stunned. A Cyclops center headlight that turned with the steering pop-out windshields, a padded dash and seat belts, decades ahead of its time. At $4,000 in 1948, it could have reshaped the industry, but SEC investigations ended the dream. Restoring one today can exceed $500,000, with many features having to be handcrafted. In 2012, one sold for $2.9 million, another for $2.65 million in 2023. Of the original 51, only 47 survived, valued at $2 million or $3.5 million, revered not just as cars but as monuments to a visionary cut down too soon. 1949 Ford F-Series, launched in 1949 in Dearborn, Michigan. The Ford F-Series revolutionized American trucks with about 100,000 first-year units, but panel vans and V8 trims remain far rarer, under 5,000. Powered by a 226 cubic inch inline-six or a 239 cubic inch flathead V8. Paired with a 3 or 4-speed manual, it managed 0-60 mph in 18 seconds with a top speed of 80 mph. Its bold shoebox styling, chrome grille, rugged, steel body, and optional oak bed used on post-war farms and immortalized in 1950s ads, marked the birth of Ford's truck dynasty. Priced at $1,200, rare V8 panel vans reached $95,000 at Barrett-Jackson in 2023. Restorations are easier thanks to Ford's parts network, but rare trims demand scarce panels and V8 parts, costing $50,000 to $100,000. The Ford truck enthusiasts estimate 10,000 survived, valued at $30,000 to $100,000, with V8 panel vans prized for their working-class grit and role in American truck heritage. 1949 Mercury two-door coupe. Produced from 1949 to 1951 in Dearborn, Michigan, with about 100,000 units, the Mercury two-door coupe had high-performance trims in limited numbers, under 10,000. Its 255 cubic inch flathead V8 delivered 110 horsepower, paired with a 3-speed manual, sprinting 0 to 60 mph in 14 seconds with a 90 mph top speed. The sleek post-war body, sweeping chrome trim, and lead sled styling customized by hot rodders and forever linked to James Dean in Rebel Without a Cause, made it a pop culture legend. Priced at $1,800, rare trims and bodywork complexity. Fuel scarcity, with one coupe fetching $90,000 at Mecum auctions in 2023. Restorations demand rare chrome and upholstery, costing $50,000 or $100,000. The Mercury Owners Club estimates 10,000 survive, valued $35,000 or $100,000, with customized coupes adored for their rebellious hot rod spirit and 1950s cool factor, often showcased at car cruises. 1949 Cadillac Series 62 Coupe de Ville, introduced in 1949 in Detroit with just 2,250 units, the Coupe de Ville pioneered the pillarless hardtop design. Its 331 cubic inch overhead valve V8, a GM first, produced 160 horsepower, paired with a 4-speed hydromatic automatic, hitting 0 to 60 mph in 12 seconds and 100 mph top speed. Its flowing body, shimmering chrome trim, plush leather interior, and curved windshield, owned by stars like Jackie Gleason and spotlighted in 1949 luxury ads, set a new post-war standard. Priced at $30,500, first-year production limits and complex V8 rebuilds needing rare carburetors and electrical parts drive scarcity, with restoration costs near $200,000. A 1949 Coupe de Ville sold for $140,000 at Mecum auctions in 2024. The Cadillac LaSalle Club estimates 800 survive, valued $60,000 or $150,000, with coupes treasured for their groundbreaking engineering and status as a true American luxury icon. 1951 Hudson Hornet Club Coupe. Produced from 1951 to 1953 in Detroit with about 10,000 units, coupes were far rarer. Its 308 cubic inch inline 6 made 145 horsepower, paired with manual or hydromatic automatic, sprinting 0 to 60 mph in 12 seconds with a 105 mph top speed. Its low step-down chassis, chrome trim, and NASCAR dominance piloted by Marshall Teague, and later immortalized as Doc Hudson in Cars, cemented as racing legend. Priced at $2,000, rare coupe production and Hudson's 1954 merger with Nash Drive rarity, with restorations costing $150,000 thanks to scarce Twin H parts. A 1951 coupe sold for $140,000 at RM Sotheby's in 2023. The Hudson Essex Terraplane. Club estimates 2,000 survive, valued $50,000, $150,000, with coupes revered for their motorsport heritage and engineering brilliance, proudly displayed at vintage racing events. 1953 Chevrolet Corvette. Hand-built in Flint, Michigan, with only 300 units, the 1953 Corvette launched America's sports car legacy. Its 240 480 feet 35 cubic inch blue flame inline 6 with triple carburetors delivered 150 horsepower paired with a 2-speed power glide automatic, reaching 0-660 in more than 11.5 seconds and 180 meters top speed. Its hand-laid fiberglass body, wraparound windshield, chrome grille, and polo white with red interior, unveiled at the 1953 GM Motorama, mesmerized the crowd. Priced at $3,498, early fiberglass flaws, and limited production drive rarity, with restorations costing $500,000 due to scarce original parts like side curtain windows. A 1953 Corvette sold for 1.1 millimeters at RM Sotheby's in 2013, a record for early Corvettes. The Corvette registry estimates 200 survive, valued $300,000 won 1 nanometers, celebrated as America's pioneering sports car, often showcased at the National Corvette Museum. As the sun sets on our journey through the 100 rarest American classics, we've uncovered timeless masterpieces that capture the artistry, innovation, and spirit of a nation. Which of these treasures captured your imagination? Share your thoughts in the comments kindly. Like if these classics stirred your soul, and subscribe for more elegant explorations of automotive history. Our next adventure will unveil the world's most exclusive car collections, so stay with us as we celebrate the enduring legacy of these magnificent machines.
Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more dives into Hollywood's hidden history.